Epic Mickey. There has never been a third-party game for the Wii that got this much anticipation. From the same man behind System Shock and Deus Ex, Warren Spector, he promises that this game will put Mickey Mouse in the same ranks as Mario, Sonic, and Zelda. You might be asking, don't I usually review animated films released in theaters instead of video games? Yeah, but this is an exception, since the whole theme is Disney and cartoons, and that I'm actually a heck of a gamer myself, so I know what makes a good game or not. Anyways, is this game as epic as the title says it is, or should the game itself belong in the wasteland? Let's find out. The story. This is the big highlight of this game. It's like if the story was written by the people at Disney. This is a more darker tale than what Mickey went through before, that features old characters he and we forgot about, and his relationship with Walt's creation before Mickey, Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. There are times when the story can be heartwarming, sad, but most of all, epic. The characters in the game help make the emotions bigger. There are some that makes it funnier, sadder, more awesome, and really memorable. But what really makes the story so great is that it's based on true facts. There was a time when Oswald was a big shot. There was a time when Horace Horsecollar and Clarabelle Cow were a part of Mickey's gang. The emotions that Mickey goes through in the game are the same as you will for the same reasons. What I'm gonna say might be controversial, but this is probably the best story ever put on a Wii game. Even more than Metroid and Zelda. The gameplay. Now here's where I get more critical. The gameplay of the game has great ideas and are presented well, but they always have a but in it. The controls are simple, it's a pick up and play style, and are pretty solid, but I have issues with the spin attack. In games like Super Mario Galaxy, you can do a spin attack by a small flick with the Wii remote. But in Epic Mickey, you have to force that flick where it would hurt your wrist. Paint and Thinner is the main theme of the game, and it's pretty cool to control and use against your enemies, but when you're in somewhere high and you want to shoot below, or there's a little bump in front of you, you're gonna shoot nothing but that bump or the floor and have to rearrange it so you can shoot it where you want it to. The playstyle matters is something here that has no buts. It's what really wants you to play this game again and again. And each time you play the game, it's always a different experience because you want to try out something that you didn't do the first time you played. Then there's the infamous camera. Yes, it's not really good. And yes, it sometimes causes you to die. But it's not as bad as everybody says it is. If you want to play the game, you must learn how to control the camera. There will be times when it will have some quirks, but trust me, once you know how to control it, the gameplay will be much better. The 2D platform tunnels are great, and it's fun traveling in these Mickey cartoons that I've seen before, but there are some tunnels that you have to go back and forth again and again, up to the point that it gets irritating. Like, it's fun going in through the mirror for the first time, but then after the 5th time, it's not as fun as before. And then there's the side quest, and there's a lot. There are some easy ones and some tricky ones. They can reward you with something big or small, but then there are some side quests that activate a chain of side quests, like after you're done with one, you gotta do another, and then another, up to the point where you get tired of it. But that's when the true beauty of Epic Mickey kicks in. You don't have to do these side quests. They always give you the option to do it one way or another. If you ever get tired of doing it in one way, you can do it the other way to see if it's easier. The gameplay overall is pretty good, but someone spilled a little bit of thinner on it. The presentation. Warren Spector said that this is going to be the best looking Wii game yet. Well, I wouldn't put it that far. There are some Nintendo games that do look better, but this is certainly the best looking third-party Wii game ever made. The guys at Junction Point did a fantastic job making the game look like a cartoony yet twisted version of Disneyland. There will be at many times that you will enter a place and it will make you realize, wait a minute, I know what that is. I've been there when I was at Insert Disney theme park here. The animation of the characters really do capture how they would move in those classic cartoons. Not an easy task to fulfill. The songs really do put the mood of the levels, and even though they are unique, they have a part of familiarity of the ride you're in. Like in one part of Ventureland, you can hear a little part of the Pirates in the Caribbean ride, or in Lonesome Manor, you can hear a little bit of the Haunted Mansion in it. Then there are the cutscenes that are inspired by the work of Disney legend Mary Blair. Like the playstyle matters, it makes the game very unique and looks marvelous. There's nothing like it. The only downside to the presentation is that there's no voice acting. It's all replaced, with the exception of Yen Sid, with subtitles and grunts. Listen, if you're gonna get the voice of Yakko from Animaniacs to do the voice of Oswald, at least have him do some dialogue instead of noises. Well, it could be worse. They could have talked like in Banjo-Kazooie. But other than that, it's a game that proves that even Wii games can look nice, with or without the 1080 HD. Epic Mickey truly is, in a word, epic. The story and graphics are a true marvel on the Wii, but the gameplay keeps the game from being a true masterpiece. This is a definite must-have for Disney fans because they will enjoy pointing out where did those things come from and remembering the forgotten characters in it. As for the gamers, well, if you enjoy the style of the story and replay value of BioShock and the platforming of the 3D Mario games and Banjo-Kazooie, then try this out and follow my advice that I give you in this review. It's been a long time since I've seen Mickey Mouse in an adventure like this, but I'm glad that the old mischievous and adventurous mouse is back.